guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching X-Men 97. Hey guys, well, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 9 of season 1 of X-Men 97, part 2 of the season finale. Whew. So I'm still like fresh off of watching the last episode. Just a little bit of a recap before we launch into the next episode. We got background on Bastion, who apparently is kind of part of like Master Mold or what's the other thing's name? Nimrod or something like that. That a piece of one of them got into his father, and his father was able to then produce a baby that was part Sentinel, part Nimrod, I'm not quite sure. I don't think that was like super clear for me, someone who doesn't know a lot of the background of a lot of these characters and in depth, but I really find him an intriguing character, mostly because like it's like really pushing like the human evolution, and somehow it's still trying to like be like, well, we're still better than you, because they really were fearing the mutants were going to, basically that the human race was going to go extinct. Was it valid? Well, Cable saw a future in which there was like this peace and harmony, but that mutants were servants, that they were enslaved. So no, like it was a utopia, but for who? And then that was like way in the future, like 300 years in the future. So, there's going to be a lot of death and destruction to get to that. And we see that with Magneto at the end. I'm assuming that the electromagnetic pulse that he put over the poles of the Earth is that probably killed a lot of people. Not only just the Sentinel people or like the Prime Sentinels, but like people that were like flying in planes or are dependent on machinery to stay alive, or like that probably killed a lot of people. So Magneto does what Magneto does, and that just seems to be like kind of his lot in life, is to make those really big choices that are really big mistakes, but somehow he can still shoulder them and he can still sleep at night and he's fine. And like Magneto is like right in a sense, and I know that, but then I also would like to go about it in the way that Charles wants to go about it, which is harmony, which is negotiating, which is to constantly show up for the human race instead of, this bloodlust, this revenge. And now that Xavier's here, he's on the planet. He called out to his X-Men. I don't want to fight Magneto. I'm over fighting Magneto, and I hope that that's not what it comes to, but I'm sure it will. Like, if I feel like we're always fighting Magneto, no matter what good he does, he's always pushed to the point where he does the big thing, where he decides he's going to do the thing that no one else will do. And it was kind of like Rogue dropping Trask, that Wolverine was just like, she did the thing we all wanted to do. And, I think that it's the thing that like maybe a lot of mutants were like, well, as long as I didn't do it, I'm fine with it. I don't know if that's for sure the case, but him and Charles are going to have a conversation. We also got the Summers family, kind of taking a little spin in the car, which was kind of great just to kind of see them working together. I don't know what that leads to, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. We got to see Nightcrawler and Wolverine do their thing together, which I thought was fantastic. And we kind of got to see like Wolverine travel. Like we got to see what it's like to travel as Nightcrawler is taking somebody. So it's like the way that like Nightcrawler would travel. Wolverine got to see it, and that was pretty dope. Let's see. We have Jubilee and Roberto that they're taken into custody. His mom, I like really am mad at her, and I just want her to support her son. And in that moment, I think she did what she had to do for optics more so than anything. But I'm hoping that she wants to do more for her son than just accept him behind closed doors. But then also for them to like show up and be like, there's Sentinels and they're out to kill us. And the Sentinels show up and they're like, what? We're not out to kill anybody. We're here to capture, mutants. We're here to help. And it like really looked bad in that room. We did get like a couple like cameos of people. I went back and I looked and it was Zemo. I was like, why do I keep thinking Zola? It was Zemo. And then there was like a guy called Omega Red and the Silver Samurai. Those are not people that I am super familiar with at all. Silver Surfer, but not Silver Samurai. We also got kind of like a mention of Doctor Strange. Well, not Doctor Strange, but like Kamatage and like fixed points in time. And I will say, like, a lot of stuff that I have watched lately, whether it has been this or, you know, obviously Loki, but like anything Marvel, even Doctor Who, when there's like something in time that just has to happen, it seems like Genosha was supposed to happen. And no matter what Cable did, he couldn't change it. He couldn't fix it. He kept getting pulled back away from it. And it's because it's supposed to happen. It's an absolute point in time. And that's upsetting because that just means that all of this chaos is supposed to happen. I don't know if Magneto played into what Bastion wanted or not, but Magneto taking out all the people that he did, it's not going to create sympathy. That's for damn sure. So, you know, they've got a fight on their hands. But I'm looking forward to like seeing like Storm reunited with Dr. X, everyone reunited with Storm. Sorry, there's this hair I keep feeling on my arm. It's driving me crazy. But I'm excited for Storm to be reunited with the team. Rogue is still in a coma. I want her to wake up, and I would really love if Storm were there for her, or like Professor X, or even Magneto for that matter. But, you know, like just having Storm and Jean back together, and Storm knowing about, Storm doesn't know what happened to Madeline, which is really interesting because it looked like he saw Madeline when he called out, and we saw Storm in one corner and Madeline on the other, but it could just be that it's just a super big coincidence that the image that they picked, but I don't think that that's the case. So I'm really excited to get into this episode and find out what our Professor X has to say. So guys, let's get into it. Storm's back! I did notice that Magneto wasn't, though, because he's no longer an X-Men. I still don't know what that is. See, they're still colliding, and I can't tell if, like, they're gonna fight each other. I don't want them to. I'm over it. I'm over Magneto and Xavier always having to do this fight. Roberto, get out of there. Storm? And Forge. Nice. Yeah, it's destroyed. You were too late. Oh, I thought he was going to do something with the shipping containers. Was that the thing we saw flying in the sky? It looked like a ship? That's an outfit. Storm! Yeah. She's like a mom.
Magneto, sir? What did you expect was going to happen?
Easy, Scott.
I wanted you two to be free, to finally be together.
Aww.
No matter what, I'll always end up here. Don't you know that?
That was my fear, that you would help build a world where mutants could live however they wish, but that you would never allow yourself to enjoy it. Perhaps that was a mistake, because just like you, I'm right back here.
Yeah. Like a magnet, you get pulled back. Some welcome home, huh?
You're back! Your powers.
Restored, thanks to Forge.
Please. Aurora's doing her modest goddess routine.
It's been too long, my friend.
Aww.
Your augmented prosthetics remain functional despite Magneto's blackout.
Rigged together an electrostatic deflector ages ago.
Oh, me, oh my. Oh, my friend.
Thought about it?
I love it.
Once Bastion is no longer a threat, I believe Magnus will be open to turning the power back on.
Didn't you also believe it was a good idea to hand the bad guy your school?
That's enough. Blame game is over, people.
Okay, Scott.
The world ends in less than 12 hours. Let's get to work, team.
It's nice that he didn't let Roberto attack the professor that way.
So we calibrate the scrambler to Bastion's frequency and sever his hold over the primes.
I like it.
If Bastion's abilities operate like our mutations,
We can use neutralizer technology to permanently disable his control of Prime.
Oh,
Okay. No neutralizer technology.
oh, yeah. That's not her favorite thing. But I'm so glad Forge is here.
I'm so sorry, Rogue. And despite the power of words, nothing spoken can heal this pain.
Oh, yeah, what is this thing again?
Please, be reasonable.
I am not the one who needs to be reasoned with, Charles.
There is a large asteroid hovering over my home that begs otherwise.
Fair point.
Your home. When you abandoned us for your Shi'ar bird queen, you bequeathed it to me. Asked me.
Oh my god, he did not abandon you.
Rogue, no.
In Genosha, I made a choice. I will not see any more mutants die.
Wow, this is powerful.
Roberto.
My mom handed me over to the Prime Sentinels, Jubilee. They collared me. My own family. What's left here?
The family you choose.
The offer was made. The door is open.
I don't know what the right answer is.
Son.
Let me guess. Be careful.
No. Give him hell.
Yeah!
Almost forgot.
An X-Men suit?
Am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
Why not?
They approach. Open the silo.
It's like what? He just like plugs in and just hangs out? Damn! Oh. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Hang on.
Nice. They can take themselves out.
Forge and I will draw their focus in the air. The rest of you continue to the ground.
That's an army out there.
Aww. She just got her back.
I thought of you while away. Of when my sister faced her darkness and emerged stronger. Let us do what we do. Believe. Not in a dream or our gifts, but in each other.
Make them mind your weather, sister.
And them weather your mind.
I loved that moment. No, the music is gonna kill it again, I can tell. Just starting out. Oh man. Oh man, that was beautiful.
You cannot stop me and my kind.
Wanna bet? Hulk! Morph, I love you! Morph smash! Oh, it's amazing! Oh. Oh.
I've waited for this moment. I know your strengths, weaknesses.
With this now. We have to deal with this now.
Only I know where you end and Madeline begins.
It doesn't matter. Madeline fights with me today.
I love that. He can't manipulate her. Love it. Steerick. I don't think it was that easy to get rid of Sinister, but I enjoyed that very much. Just being an astronaut up there going like, what's happening?
And so you have chosen your side.
Oh, good. We're skipping the blabber.
So can he not control Wolverine's, like, blades?
Thousands are dead, and more will follow unless we...
Thousands more died on Genosha. Whose lives matter more?
They're all lives.
Hey, I'm sorry, Jubes. You okay?
Oh, she gonna get you.
Oh, how I've waited to say these two words to you, old friend.
What's that?
Shut up.
Yeah. I get Magneto's point, though, like, how much is he supposed to deal with? You know, how much is he supposed to handle?
Xavier's brats have breached the base. We must retreat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's willing to sacrifice you, boo-boo. Oh! Damn it, it was Morph.
A snake like Sinister would never risk his life for another.
Valid point. I don't want to see, like, another... Oh, I totally felt Gambit in my heart right there. I was like, no! I'm glad Forge is having a good time. Yeah, she got you. She got you. Oh, she had you! I think Forge knows how to get out of this, though.
Look who's here, my writhing thing of chance.
Really?
Nathan, stop! Please! Sinister's controlling you just like he controlled your mother.
My real mother was a world-class telekinetic. Stuff tends not to skip a generation.
Oh. I didn't know Cable could do that. Oh god. What is he gonna do? Shoot Cable?
Scott, I love you.
No!
Jean. Nathan.
Cable did not just kill her.
You've left me no choice, Magnus.
Oh, Xavier. What is happening? Really, Scott?
Gold Team still needs more time.
Oh no. Scott. I thought he was gonna crush his head. I got really scared.
You're a traitor to your race.
Okay. I didn't expect that.
This feud is over!
No! Magnus!
Oh! Oh my god, this episode flew by! I'm like trying not to be like sad face because I'm like, did Wolverine just die? I don't know if that's the case. I mean, we know that like Wolverine can like heal and he can regenerate. Wolverine saying, or sorry, Magneto saying Wolverine to Wolverine at long last, this feud can die. I'm not great with either one of them killing either one, or Nathan killing Jean because it's Sinister. I mean, it's a Sinister, like Nathan, it's a Sinister Cable. I get that. Oh, I don't know if Scott is going to be okay. Oh my god. There was like so much of like Scott saving Magneto's life from Xavier finally willing to do like the one thing that he didn't want to do, which was kill his friend and eliminate him. Because if he eliminates Magneto, a lot of these problems do go away. The problem is that he'd probably lose a lot of people that trust him and believe in him for doing that, because it would be a traitor to his race. Oh my gosh. We got to see Morph be Hulk, which was amazing, but then when Sinister runs in and he's just like, oh, you know, like, they're coming, and it's revealed that it's Morph. Fooled me. It's like that Mystique thing where I'm just like, oh my god, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like unless you see one of them change into a character, you kind of forget that they can do that for a hot second. Okay, I'm trying to think. So Forge and Beast were creating a collar that would stop Bastion from having techno-telepathy? I think that's... Yes? And when they said, and then we can like permanently take it away, Storm's like, mm-mm. We don't do that. I love having Forge here, and I loved having Beast and Forge having like their little like nerdy like gadget meetup where they're just like, "Ooh, good to have you back, friend." You know, like geek. I love it. 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 But that they created something, and Bastion had it. The last time we saw Bastion, he had it in his hand. So much happened in these damn episodes. Okay, so Scott was upset at Xavier for leaving the X-Men to Magneto instead of him, and said like, you didn't trust us to do like whatever it was without Magneto. But really Xavier just saying like, I'm going to leave it to somebody who actually wants to be in the middle of this rather than two people that need to go and have a life of their own. Obviously that was never going to happen, but Scott got pulled back into it. Xavier got pulled back into it because this is meaningful. This is part of their lives. But I think if they wanted to take time off or take a break or go away, I think that that's understandable. Now, it's a big responsibility to leave the X-Men to somebody, especially somebody that, like, you know, wants a different life or wants to have a life of their own or not be necessarily held down by this thing. So I think the professor did what was best, even though it didn't consult them. But again, it's his school, it's his team. It was his to give away in his will. And I always, you know, I believe so much in the depth of Magneto, and it was so nice seeing him like be on like the right side of being, you know, somebody who was willing to do negotiations and willing to try to have humans empathize with mutants rather than the whole I'm going to force you to allow us to belong. Where I think in some points, in some aspects, I'm kind of with Magneto sometimes, you know, like how many times does that guy need to get like, you know, treated less than, and before he's finally like, you know what, I was asking for equality. Now I want revenge. And you see that a lot actually happening now, whether it is, you know, just being a woman in society, or being, you know, a Black woman in society, being somebody who is, you know, seen as different than what we like in America, which is, you know, the pure whiteness of everything. At least we don't like to realize that we have this privilege. And then when it feels like it's slipping away just because equality is what's being asked, you know, like that's where I always say, just be happy nobody wants revenge. They just want equality. Magneto just wanted to belong. He just wanted to like be able to live a life and not be discriminated against. And that's saying something nice and light. The tattoo on his arm, that wasn't discrimination. That was, you know, facing genocide. That was enslavement. That was the worst of humankind's existence being enacted on him. And well, and other humans, but then also on him for being a mutant. It's so deep when it comes to Magneto. It's not just like they were mean to me and now I hate them. It is so deep. Ooh, I don't know where we go from here, because obviously the professor has the helmet on. He can't do any of his telepathy. Jean might be dead. Cable might have killed her. Scott might need to like interfere with Gold Team and see what's going on with that. I forget who's all down there. Is it Beast? Forge? Storm? Okay, Forge might have crash landed on an island. Storm was thrown into the ocean. So there's like a lot of people that are displaced. So we all have to come back together and figure this shit out. But I don't think Wolverine's dead. And if he is, that's a shock, because Wolverine, as they said in the last episode, is always at the end of every timeline. Anytime there's like something, Wolverine always makes it. And it's not that he makes it like in a good way. It's that like he always seems to be the sole survivor, which has to be lonely and sad. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode. But guys, if you want to watch full length reaction, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to one episode early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What do you think of this episode? Did you think Wolverine was dead at the end? I will probably have already watched the next episode, so you don't have to really worry about spoilers. Was that shocking? All of it was shocking. I thought Magneto was going to die. I thought the professor was going to kill Magneto. I thought maybe the Shi'ar would, like, fly in and do something to protect Xavier, at least Lilandra, but that didn't happen. Yeah, Magneto tearing apart Wolverine was one of those things that like when he would control the metal in the movies and you could hear it bending inside of him and just, but like you're like, he literally, I feel like, could rip the metal out of Wolverine's body and like take all the skin away. I don't know if Wolverine would heal from that. I just know he has healing abilities, so I'm not counting him out or down quite yet. I guess we'll find out in the beginning of the next episode when they have the title sequence, because they might just take it out to mess with me, or they might not. I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to watching the next episode. So guys, come back here for the next one, and in the meantime, I'll see ya.